Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope that y'all are having a blessed day. I am back with another reading vlog for y'all. I don't know if y'all can tell, but my scenery for my videos is always changing, but this week it is changing specifically because I am pet sitting all this week. So I genuinely have like nothing to do but to read during the day. And so I thought I would come in with a reading vlog, and I think we're gonna be going over the next, today's the 9th, so probably over the next 2 or 3 days. And I just want to mood read with you, and hopefully we can get a lot read. The goal of this video is to kind of get my physical and my mental TBR down, whether that's using Kindle Unlimited or the physical books that I brought with me. I am so excited to be doing this video, and hopefully this will bring my Goodreads goal closer to where I'm actually supposed to be, because if I insert a graphic, I think I'm 12 books behind. That's how bad my reading slump has been this year. So basically, I'm just gonna be mood reading in this vlog, and I'm excited. Also, my hair's a little bit wet. I just got out of the shower. I'm gonna be on more of a schedule this week, so hopefully that will mean that I have 9 to 10 hours to read every day. So yeah, enjoy and welcome to the video. I can't do this book anymore. That's how the book ends? Are you serious? South Carolina sucks. It's just so good so far. I'm just angry. I'm so angry at this book that I could laugh. So I also wanted to come and talk about the book that I have started and will be finishing in this reading vlog, hopefully. Because if I don't finish this in this reading vlog, then we won't be finishing anything. Because I don't really read multiple books at the same time. Maybe I will for this week, because honestly, I'm in the mood for a lot of things. I brought some books for rereads. I brought some books for, I brought some Christian fiction. I obviously brought my Bibles and everything, so I'm going to be doing that a lot too, just because I feel like it's a much needed thing for me to spend a little bit of time with Jesus. I'm so sorry if the light is getting worse. It is so cloudy outside. There have literally just been sporadic storms, and it's morning, so I'm filming so I can read for the day. I am currently reading Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh on my Kindle. This book is on Kindle Unlimited, so I am actually 36% of the way into Binding 13, and I'm enjoying this honestly a lot more than I thought I would. I know there's so much hype surrounding this book, but just there was a part of me that thought I wasn't gonna like it. I do have one issue in this book, that I only have one, which is crazy to be almost halfway through and only having one issue, because this book is giving me 5-star feels. I think that this book is end up being a 5 stars for me. Basically, this book is about Shannon Lynch and Johnny Kavanaugh. Johnny is a star rugby player at high school and also in the National League, and he's 17, and then Shannon is a 15-year-old girl who just switched and transferred school to Tommen College to escape some of the things that she was dealing with at her previous school. And so it's kind of following both of their POVs, their dual POVs. So far, I am loving all of the characters in this book. I think all of them have such distinct and special personalities. Not only that, but I'm not gonna cry. I've already bawled my eyes out once reading this book. If that's any consolation, I've already cried reading this. The characters' backstories and the things that they are going through are both really difficult, as we're following the two main characters in dual POV. They're both very difficult things to deal with, and so I will say, make sure you go into this with your trigger warnings known. They are at the beginning of the book, so just let that marinate in your head a little bit. This is a romance. I would say contemporary romance. One of my favorite things about this is that this book, I think, is set in 2005. And it's so cool because I was born in 2004. Yeah, I'm 20. And I just think it's so cool to read a book kind of about what high school kids were doing then. Although this book is set in Ireland, which is also a really cool thing. And there's a whole glossary and a pronunciation guide at the beginning of this book, which nobody really talks about whenever they talk about this book. They don't talk about how it's a little hard to wrap your head around if you're not from Ireland. But yeah, I've really enjoyed that aspect of this book. And like I said, the one issue that I have with this is that this book is very much marketed towards young adults, because Shannon is 15 and Johnny is 17. This book should not be marketed towards young adults. This, and I know at the beginning it says 16 plus, but I don't know. I just feel like the way that this book has been marketed on social media and throughout just the hype that it's gotten, that it's for like 14 and older, and that was kind of my mindset going into it. But there is swearing, there's sex, there's violence, there's drugs, there's alcohol, there's these really hard issues that I feel like I would not put this in a classroom. I'm not even sure that I would put this in a high school kid's classroom. Like, you can read this outside of school, but this wouldn't be going in my classroom. Sorry. Yeah, I feel like this book is just honestly really vulgar. Aside from all of that, like, honestly, it is one of the best books that I've probably read so far this year, and I'm only almost 40% of the way in. It's very reminiscent of Addicted Calloway, if you've read that, and kind of the friendships that I see forming and like the friend group that I see forming in this book. It's very, very, very reminiscent of the Addicted Calloway world, which I still have not finished, but I got like 8 books into that series. And if y'all don't know, the Addicted Calloway series, I think it's 10 books. Yeah, I just stopped reading them, and then I went back and started rereading them. So I think I'm on book 5 of my reread. Whatever book Thrive is, that's the one that I need to read next. This is the book that we're gonna be starting with in this vlog. Hopefully I'm wanting to finish it today, maybe by like 5 or 6 o'clock today. It's around 10 now, so maybe that's pushing it, because I think it says I have like 9 hours left, but that's because I've been taking my time with this one. Let me tell you my favorite characters. Gibbsy, I love Gibbsy, and I love Joey. That's my update for Binding 13, and I will update y'all as I go. So hi everyone, I'm back with a little bit of an update. It's 1 o'clock right now. I'm still reading. I'm reading very slowly. I'm still in like kind of a book slump, but I'm really trying to get out of it. It's thundering, it's about to storm and everything. I feel like this summer it's been super hot, but it's been like a really rainy summer, which has been great to just like sit inside and read, but not great for like sitting outside in the sun and reading. I've literally only read like 2 chapters since I last talked to y'all, but I've been trying to read more, but I'm really confused because we're at a part where it says extended scene, and I'm just like confused because everything else has been like a chapter, so I don't understand why we're getting like an extended scene that's not like a chapter. I don't know. If anybody has an explanation for me, please let me know, because I'm looking through the chapter headlines and like the chapter names, and nothing else has that except this. So I'm wondering if this was like added after. I'm really not sure, but I'm really, really enjoying this book, and I love Johnny and I love Shannon, and it's a little like cringy and predictable, but I still love it. Hey everyone, it is literally the next day at like 5 o'clock. I think when I last talked to you, because I'm a horrible vlogger, apparently I'm a horrible vlogger even when I have nothing to do. I know I took some like clips of me reading this a little bit, but honestly like the only thing I've been doing is sitting in bed and reading, and so like I don't have very like, what's it called? Diverse content, so I haven't really been filming much of it because it all looks the same. But I think when I last updated you, I was like 30 or 40% into the book. Now I'm 71% of the way into this book, and I am loving it just as much. I am loving Binding 13 so freaking much. I'm honestly getting to the point where I'm nervous that this is gonna wreck like my TBRs for the next couple months, because all I'm gonna want to do is read this series, and that will ruin like the vlogs that I have planned as well. Maybe it won't, but we'll see. So like I said in the introduction, like this is just like a chill little like mood reading vlog, because I don't want to force myself to read anything at the moment, because I am very susceptible to reading slumps, and I have been in one literally all year. So I'm just trying to get myself out of that by reading things that I've wanted to read and things that I know that I'm in the mood for, which has been Binding 13, and just a romance story that is so deep and is so well developed and isn't like, oh, we're just gonna smash now. So I'm really loving this book. I'm sorry I haven't had much to update y'all on, but I don't really know what to say from this book other than I'm absolutely loving it. There are some like little issues that I have with the writing. Like there are some lines that are super repetitive that I'm just like, okay, whatever. But other than that, the quality of this book I think is so good. The character building, the world building, the like culture, the Irish culture in this book is amazing. I love reading reading about it, and I love that I've learned like Irish slang, so that's super cool as well. But yeah, that's my update. I think I'm gonna finish this today, fingers crossed. I have plans with my boyfriend around like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and if I really lock in, maybe I can finish this within the next 2 hours. My Kindle says I have 4 hours left, but what if I just lock in and like read? And I think that's what I'm gonna try to do now. Will I finish it? Probably not, but that's the goal, is to finish 30% of a book in 2 hours. I'll either check in with y'all tonight. The lighting probably won't be good tonight, so maybe I won't. Maybe I'll update you in the morning. I'm glad that y'all are here with me for this mood reading vlog while I'm pet sitting, because it gives me something to do and something to talk to. So yeah, I will see y'all in the next clip, but I'm just gonna go read. So yeah. Also wanted to stand up and show y'all my shirt. It's my Buc-ee's Tour 2025 shirt. It is one of my favorite shirts of all time. So that's all I wanted to say, but I love it so much. And as a northern girl who never heard of Buc-ee's until I moved here, like actually I didn't know Buc-ee's existed until like 2 or 3 years ago, and I moved to the South in 2020. Anyways, I love the shirt. So that's all I wanted to say. So I'm sitting here contemplating. I did turn my camera off for a little bit. I'm sitting here contemplating if I should record me finishing this book, because I feel like I should. I have like a while left. Like I have 15% of the book left, but because it's binding 13, I feel like I should record it. Maybe I'll like record like the last 50 pages or something. Oh, I'm so freaking tired. I'm gonna finish this tonight. It's 11:30 and I'm gonna finish this tonight. Let it be known that I'm tired. I feel like I should record my reaction to the end of this book, because I feel like it's gonna make me sob. Because this book has already made me cry, but like it only really made me cry really bad once, and that was at the beginning. I don't know, we'll see. So y'all remember when I said that this book only made me cry at the beginning? Well, I told myself that I would record 50 pages, like, from the end, I guess, and we're not there yet. We're 20 pages away from being 50 pages away. I'm on page 532 right now, and we're 88% of the way in, and my eyes are getting a little teary. You can't really tell with my makeup, and it's kind of gone away since I started the camera, but I'm gonna start recording now until I finish the book, low-key. So, my Kindle says I have an hour and 38 minutes left. I'm really hoping that's not the case. Book, I fear, is too emotional. Like, this book will have like a lot of nothing, and then all of a sudden have like everything. Anyways. gosh, I think that's my favorite chapter. Hold on. It's called Find the Girl. It's chapter 65. That's my favorite chapter of the book. Just so y'all know. There has never been a funnier scene in a book. I'm not even kidding you. Anyways. I have a theory, and maybe it's the wrong theory, but since these books are set in the early 2000s, like this book I think is set in 2005, is that because Chloe Walsh wants to make like a series in the future of like their kids, and then they'll be like around the same age as they are now? Does that make sense? And then she can make it set in like 2025 or something without it being like weird. I don't know. Anyways, this book is like actually killing me in the last part of it, and I knew it would. I literally knew that it would, but still, it still hurts. I'm so scared of what's gonna happen. I'm not fully sure that I can take what's gonna happen in this last couple of pages. Like, I seriously have no idea how I'm gonna handle it. I can't do this. I won't do it. I can't do this book anymore. I can't do it. Is that literally it? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? That's how the book ends? Are you serious? Well, that has thoroughly destroyed me. I'm gonna be thinking about this. I can't talk. I'm gonna be thinking about this for the next hour till I go to sleep. Probably. It's really late now. It's 1:30 in the morning and I need to go to bed. But I will update y'all tomorrow with my final feelings on this stupid book. Yeah. Peace. Okay, hey everybody. I know the last clip that you just watched of me, I was absolutely bawling my eyes out. Sorry for the way my face looks right now. For some reason, my makeup is just like not wanting to come off. And also my hair's kind of greasy. I tried to fix it. It's really humid here, so my hair doesn't really like that. It just gets puffy all the time. And literally I washed it yesterday and it looks like 5-day hair. That is besides the point. I have some updates to give you. As y'all saw last night, I did finish Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh, and I fear that that book has destroyed me for the rest of my life. It's literally making me tear up just thinking about it now. Oh my gosh, I have to get my stuff together. Needless to say, I gave this book 5 stars. It is one of the best books, honestly, that I've read this year. So do with that what you will. It's taking everything in me not to just immediately jump into the next one, but I've just been in a reading slump, and I feel like that book might have fixed my reading slump just a little bit, but at the same time, those are very, very long books, and I don't want to jump into another 600+ page book and make myself feel discouraged again because it's taking me a long time to get through it. I just have to say that obviously Chloe Walsh's writing is not something that is revolutionary. The story is not something that is revolutionary, but the way that Chloe Walsh is able to describe these real, tangible characters in the setting of Ireland in 2005, like something about it just feels so nostalgic to me The way that she is just able to write and craft these traumatic scenes to make you feel like you're right there. Like, I feel like in this book, I was constantly immersed. Not only that, but I loved the slow burn of Binding 13. The way that, like, I was constantly begging for interactions between Johnny and Shannon. Like, I just never wanted to stop hearing them talk to each other. Also, honorable mention is Gibbsy. I love Gibbsy and Johnny's friendship. Like, listening to Johnny and Gibbsy banter, like, really reminded me of, like, me and my friends, and also, like, my brother and his friends, and just all this stuff. Like, it reminds me so much of just, like, real, true friendship. And so I love Gibbsy and Johnny for that. There's just so much right with this book that I couldn't give it anything less than a 5-star. It was very reminiscent for me of the Addicted Calloway series, the way that Chloe Walsh built up this kind of friend group of characters that really aren't fully integrated yet, but I feel like they will be after, like, the main couple gets together. So, like, very, very Addicted Calloway-esque. That's my update for Binding 13. I absolutely loved that book with all my heart, and I cannot wait to read Keeping 13. Honestly, I will probably read it sooner rather than later because I cannot stop thinking about that series. Last night after I read that, I finished that at like 1:30 in the morning. I could not sleep. After that, I'm a little bit of an insomniac, so sometimes even though when I'm like exhausted, I just lay there for hours and hours and can't fall asleep. So I laid there until about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I was like, okay, if I pick up a book, then it will make me tired. Because a lot of times that's what happens is when I'm reading, I'm like, oh, I want to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep. Then I ended up picking up another book that I've heard so much hype on BookTube for, and so many people ranting and raving about how this book destroyed them, which I don't know why I picked it up after Binding 13, but like I said, this is a mood reading vlog, and we're just gonna read what I feel like I'm in the mood for. Basically until tomorrow is when I think that I'm gonna end this vlog off. I decided to pick up The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings on my Kindle. If y'all haven't noticed the theme, I've been reading pretty much exclusively on my Kindle for the past couple days and reading Kindle Unlimited because I love Kindle Unlimited. So honestly, this is just a Kindle Unlimited reading vlog, but I have heard literally nothing but good things about this book, all around 5 stars. I'm at chapter 3, so I literally haven't read that much. Yeah, I'm at the beginning of chapter 3, literally on page 14. And I'm not loving it so far. And I don't know what that means for me. Basically, in this book so far, we know Georgia is who we're following. She's the main character. And she's kind of talking to the reader at some points. And it's very, very much rooted in present day and like present day politics so far and like how she views the world. And I know that there's a reason why we have books like this and why authors decide to write books like this. But it was just very, very jarring to me to open up this book and immediately get like opinions of like what the American South is and South Carolina sucks and like her just constantly talking about her religious parents. And no, we do not know like about her parents so far. Like we don't know how her parents treated them and everything. I mean, we know a little bit and how they were very, very strict and like forcing their religious ideals on them. But I just struggle with books like this. If y'all know, I have a very strong faith and I fully believe that, you know, Jesus is my savior and that's how I want to live. And so when I read books like this, I know it's really good to have a well-rounded perspective of like even fictionalized characters of people who have gone through things like this and have what I'm expecting to be like a little bit of religious trauma. It's just really hard for me to get into it because I don't relate to the main character at all. And it was very jarring just to like hear her rant about American politics and what it means to be a Democrat and a Republican in today's society. And while that was really good commentary and I did agree with it, it's just really hard for me to immerse myself into a book that I feel like I'm going to be constantly criticizing because I don't necessarily agree with it. And that's just my opinion. I am willing to keep going. I really, really want to keep going because Rachel rated this 5 stars. Rachel just uploaded her mid-year freakout tag and I watched it last night and I was like, okay, let me read The Conditions of Will. I trust Rachel, okay? And I still trust her, okay? She gave this book 5 stars. So like there's a part of me that wants to keep reading, but also I'm not vibing with Jessa's writing. Everything that people love about Jessa's writing is things that I kind of hate. And maybe I'm just not intellectual enough, maybe. I like to think that I am. Like I've read a lot of intellectually complex books. Like I don't think that I just like simple books or simple writing. But I think this book is being very pretentious in the things that it's trying to say and do and how it's written, and it's just run run-on sentence after run-on sentence of like big words and stuff. I love me learning some new words. I already learned one new word 14 pages in, but I haven't learned a new word in like many books. So that's a good thing. But like, I feel like I really have to turn my brain on for this, and my brain just hasn't been on to reading, and that's just not what I was expecting. And maybe that's my fault. Maybe that's my fault a little bit. So I'm trying to give it a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. I'm still gonna keep reading, but at the moment I'm not enjoying it, and I have already thought about DNFing it. But I will continue to read it just for booktube girlies that loved it and rated it 5 stars, because I have to trust them. That's my update for the conditions of will and my rating for Binding 13. Yeah, I'll see y'all when I talk to you next. I have some really devastating news for you guys, and that's that I'm DNFing The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I did give it a good go. I literally got 20% of the way in. I just don't think that this book is for me. I draw the line whenever I feel like my beliefs are being attacked, and that's kind of how I felt reading this book. And I'm not saying that like the way that I think or who I am is anything like how Jessa is portraying these Southern Christian characters. It's honestly really frustrating. And the way it debates like what people think of the Bible and what translations we should listen to and all of those things, like while they are a good conversation to be had, this is not the format to have those conversations in. I wasn't prepared for that, and I'm just not enjoying it. I don't like enjoy it. And the only character I like in this book is Sam Penny. I love Sam, and I honestly really love Oliver, but I don't like Georgia. I think she's stuck up, I think she's entitled, and I think that even though she's worked really hard on herself, she thinks she's so much better than all of these people that she grew up around, and that she can have flaws, but nobody else can. And this whole like vendetta she has against her small town people, like she is doing the exact same thing that they're doing. So I'm just angry. Like, I'm so angry at this book that I could laugh. And I'm sorry if you guys disagree with me. That's fine. We're not all gonna have the same opinions. I just can't, in good conscience, continue to read this book because Jesus loves you, and I can't do it. So that's gonna be it for this book, for this reading vlog. I might pick up something else tonight and read it some tomorrow, because I do want to continue reading tonight, but it will not be this. I guess I will see y'all whenever I figure out what I'm gonna read next. Sorry about the DNF, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so I have some great updates and news for this vlog. As y'all saw, I did not have a very good time reading The Conditions of Will earlier today, but I did end up picking up, and this is a really big wild card for me, just so y'all know. This is an intense wild card for me, and I don't think I've ever read anything like this, but I'm honestly having the time of my life and laughing my butt off reading this book, and I think it's exactly what I needed. And I'm reading Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Denneman, and this book is like it's just a fantasy about the end of the world, and basically we are following Carl and his ex-girlfriend's cat Donut, and the end of the world happens, and they basically have to go through this dungeon crawl in order to survive. Obviously, like, we have the cat companion, we have Carl, who is just like honestly a big like comedic relief, and then we have all of these like creatures and characters that they're having to like fight against. And honestly, it's like reading a video game, and I am having the time of my life, and I never thought that I would enjoy this book so much. I've been in like a very like fantasy mood, but I've wanted something a little different because I have read a lot of fantasy romance, and then I read Binding 13, and then I tried to read The Conditions of Will, and so like I think I'm beating this reading slump, and I think it's just taking me knowing what I want to read and just reading it. And for me this week, it has just been reading things on my Kindle and on Kindle Unlimited, which Dungeon Dungeon Crawler Carl is on Kindle Unlimited. And before I get any further into this, I do just want to say that this book was highly, highly recommended to me by Daniel and Sid. Usually, like, my book tastes don't really align much with Daniel or Sid, but I watch them both religiously. For some reason, this book just keeps getting mentioned in like every single video that I watch. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna read the description of this book, and I usually don't do that very often. Usually I just kind of go into a book blind based off like vibes, but I could not get the vibes of this book based off of the cover, so I had to read the description. It's just so good so far, but I'm loving it. It is hilarious. It is witty. It is quick. Like, I have read 80 pages of this book in about half the time that I got to 80 pages into the Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings, because I have just been reading slower, again, trying to get out of this reading slump that I think I'm getting out of. I think my issue with my reading slumps is I am addicted to my screens at the moment, and so I like pick up my Kindle or I pick up like a physical book and I just want to be on my phone playing Tetris, literally Who Am I, Grandma, or putting YouTube on in the background. And I've noticed that like I try to put like reading vlogs on or like just book videos on in the background to read my books to, and I read so much slower because I get distracted by what I'm watching. So I've learned that I think I just need to start putting on like lo-fi, which I did do earlier when I was reading The Conditions of Will. I was listening to like my Christian lo-fi music, which is so good. If y'all have not checked that out, you need to check out some Christian lo-fi music because it's so good. But I just think it's so funny that I'm reading everything on my Kindle, and I could have just brought my Kindle with me on this trip of pet sitting for like the next 10 days, because let me show you the amount of books I brought with me on this trip. Because why did I think I needed this many books? And I'll explain to you why I brought them actually, because I think it's funny, and it's just funny to include in this vlog, honestly, because these were all contenders for the vlog, and all of my books on Kindle Unlimited were contenders anyway. So like I had thought about reading them for this vlog, so it's not like that big of a deal. It's just they weren't on my physical TBR, so my physical TBR isn't going down, really. So this is like my satchel of tabs for my books. Yeah, and I'll explain why I brought these as well, because I'm very ambitious when I pack for trips, and I need to stop being ambitious because I never end up doing the things that I pack. I'll show you. I brought 6 physical books, and they're not short either. Why did I do this? Like, I don't understand why I thought this would be a good idea. But let me explain to you all of them, because I just think it's funny. So I brought Fearless. Obviously, I started this. I got like 20 pages into it, and I so want to read this. Like, so bad. I wanted to read this since April. It's just honestly kind of bigger than the other ones, and so I'm a little intimidated by that. It's practically 600 pages. The font is not the biggest, and I'm nervous that I'm not gonna like it. I also just read a bunch of fantasy romance in my last fantasy romance reading vlog, which this was in, and I tried to read it in that, and then I didn't want to put myself in a reading slump, even though I'm already in one, and I wanted to give this book a fair shot. So I was like, if I'm here over this next 10 days, I can read this. But I feel like once I start reading this, it's gonna take me forever. So I did get 20 pages into it. I just haven't continued. But I was like, this book is probably going to go with me everywhere for like the next couple months until it gets read, because I need to force myself to read it. So if I bring it with me, eventually it'll get read. And then I brought The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This is the newest addition to my TBR. My boyfriend actually bought me this book during one of our date nights. Thanks, Jacob. I am intimidated by this book just for the sheer fact that the font is small too, and the pages are like large, like they're tall pages, so there's a lot of text on the page. But this book seems so good, and I like never read it in the hype. This hasn't been like on my TBR or anything. Fearless has been on my TBR twice. It was on my May and my June TBR, so that's another reason why I brought it. I brought all my physical books that were on my June TBR because it's July and I wanted to see if I could read them. This was another one that I brought just because this this one is my newest edition and also the one that I'm like kind of most intrigued by right now, but I just haven't picked it up because I've been leaning towards other things, but I do want to read this very, very, very soon. And then I brought Thrive by Krista and Becca Ritchie, which this was in my first ever reading vlog. And if y'all know, I'm currently going through my Addicted Calloway reread, so this would be a reread for me. And these are on Kindle Unlimited, but I am doing a reread so that I can tab all of my physical copies or read them physically. I can't remember if I don't know, but I want to tab this one. I haven't read this yet because I've been reading a lot on my Kindle and I don't want to read it on my Kindle. I want to read it physically and tab it because the first time I read them on ebook. So I've been slowly making my way through them again physically because I still have to read the last two, which is why I'm doing a reread so that I could remember everything to read the last two of them. I love this series. I have a tattoo for the series and I haven't even finished it, which is insane of me, but it's just the truth. But I do want to get to this. And these books are always super fast paced for me, so I should pick this up. The only reason why I haven't is because I've been reading ebooks. And then also on that same train of thought, I brought A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. This would be a reread for me. I don't really have anything else to say other than this would be a reread for me, and this is my favorite book of all time, and I want to reread it and tab it and all the things. And so I was like, let me just bring the two books I want to reread just in case I get the itch to do it. Haven't gotten that itch, but I've got two more books to lug around with me. And then I have Anne of Green Gables by Ellen Montgomery. I brought this one because I thought this one would be a pretty quick read, honestly. It is a children's classic and one that I have had on my physical TBR for very, very long, and I picked it for my June TBR, so that's why this is here. And honestly, it keeps coming up in like videos I'm watching and like books I'm reading. This book keeps getting mentioned, and if y'all don't know, Little Women is one of my favorite books of all time. I also have Little Women in this edition. This edition was gifted to me by my late Nana. I love her and I miss her so much, but she did gift this to me a couple years back, and yeah, I just want to read this and I will never be getting rid of this edition. I'm trying to like work on like my classic literacy. So that's why I brought this, because I thought it would be fast, and also it was on my June TBR. And then this book is another recent buy for me. This was in my book haul that I posted, my first book haul of 2025, I believe. And this is The Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis. I brought this because it is a short book with very little text on the page, and I need things to get me out of a reading slump. And also, I want to read a full written book by C.S. Lewis because I've read excerpts from like Mere Christianity and stuff from my classes, but this is the book that has intrigued me the most, and I just want to read it, I guess. I love this edition too. It has deckled edges, and then it has the like folded cover, so I just like this edition. But yeah, this is the other one that I brought with me. So literally I brought 6 physical books that I haven't touched this whole time, and we're halfway through the trip, but my trusty Kindle is getting put to use. Also, I'm well aware that I need to get a pop socket for my Kindle because like holding it is a little tiresome. I'm a little tiresome right now. It is probably about midnight, but I just wanted to give you that update and tell y'all, and I guess rant about the books that I brought with me that I haven't even looked at. So yeah, I will see y'all probably tomorrow to end this vlog, because we are gonna end the vlog probably tomorrow morning. So I'll let y'all know if I get any more into this, and I will see y'all tomorrow morning. Okay, so hey everyone, this is going to be the end of this vlog. Today I am leaving this house to go pet sit for another family, but I just wanted to update y'all on Dungeon Crawler Carl. I can't remember what I talked to y'all about last time. I think I was like on page 80 or something when I last talked to y'all, so literally I'm not anywhere further. But I did want to say, I showed in my last clip that, let me see if I can find it, they have these like chapter headers for like certain characters that are in each chapter, and I'm just loving it. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like I love the little drawn picture things at the top of the chapter header. It's amazing. I love it. I might read a little bit more of this. Sorry, the AC kicked on. I might read a little bit more of this before I leave because I think I have like 10 or 15 minutes left here while my laundry dries. But I just wanted to say bye, and that I hope y'all enjoyed this vlog. I know it wasn't very exciting and it wasn't very like, there wasn't really like a goal. I just wanted to sit and talk with y'all through these like 4 or 5 days and mood read with y'all. And I'm so glad because we found a favorite. By the way, Binding 13. We did sadly DNF a book, and then I am just having a great time with this book, and honestly, I don't see myself giving it anything lower than like a 3 at this point. I mean, I'm still really early days into it, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and let me know if there's anything else that you would like to see from me, any books that you would like to see me read. Just keep your suggestions in the comments, and I will definitely keep those in mind for the future. But yeah, I hope y'all have a blessed day. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.